Hey, today I'm coming on here to talk, well, to share, I guess maybe not a secret, but maybe a little glimpse more into my head. Certainly, it's big time there. And I'm going to get into what I'm going to be sharing with you today, and it's to help. Um, I don't know what you call your inner voice. Is it just your inner voice? I've heard people call it their conscience. I've heard people just say it's the monologue, there's lots of different words out there, and for what I'm referring to, I don't call mine a conscious. I don't call, I don't want to say it's my inner voice either, because as my husband will say, mine's a bully, and because I'm constantly bombarded with in my head, um, just anything I do, or I do it and then it'll say something horribly in my head, you should have done, I'll call, and it's not myself because it's like another voice, but it is me, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, I deal with that constantly, and I'm not going to go into too much of that's really personal about what goes on in there, but I will say it's very mean, and I always put myself down. It's all in my head, and it bombards me a lot, and that's when I get depressed, and when it really comes on. I've learned if I keep positive, keep busy, you art, you create, keep happy, keep going, put that energy out, it does help keep that away. And this year I'm really working on more positive, just more positive in, positive out. I very much believe in karma, and yeah, so, and I believe in affirmations, and you can get your mind to reset and work on different ways. But I'm stubborn, and so is as my husband calls it, bully. So this year I'm working more on, and I started it towards the end of last year, on just happy, positive. So I wanted to get a calendar and put on my desk something I'd see every day to encourage me to start my day off with a smile. And it was supposed to be like, kind of like the, not happy, but just happy, sarcastic, funny type of thing. And some of them were great. I had like 3 days. I loved it. I shared it with everybody. And then I started getting really crap. Ones I didn't like that actually put me in a bad mood instead of a good mood. But some of them I did like. So, like this one, I haven't lost my mind. Half of it just wandered off, and the other half went looking for it. This cute. It brought a smile to my face. But some of them were really just dry humor, and I didn't like, and some of them were downright, I thought, rude. So, it was kind of helping, but not helping. So, I went out and bought another one. Totally different. This one's straight up happy, positive little things so far. Well, some of them. Today is the first chapter of your own book. You got the story. Forgiveness is the best revenge. Dream, believe, achieve. It's just those. So, you would have thought I would get rid of them, but the other one, I thought about actually giving it to my one son because his humor's like a lot of that was on there. And, but you know what? It's not all of them. Like this one I loved. It brought a smile. So, I doubled up. Worked around. I got that smile. Starting your day out like that. So, something else I found that's helped, is this. This is the first one I got, which was September, October, November. Of 2019. I don't remember what day, what month it was. But I started, it's a hefty, and it's actually they consider it a magazine, but I consider it more a book, and I love it. It is by Stamping and Company, excuse me, and it's about finding magic in every day. You know, finding those little magical moments every day, those little happy things. I bought it. I wasn't gonna. I had seen it. Somebody had mentioned it, or I seen it. I don't know exactly how I seen it, guys, but it touched something in me and said, you know what, maybe that could help me. Well, I went to go find it, and they actually had it at Joann's, or Jones store, whichever you want to call it. Joann's. Yeah, it's Joann's. I'm having a brain fart, guys. But when I went to pick it up, I looked at it, I was all excited, I found it, and I seen that it was $19.99. I was a little flabbergasted for me. You guys know, I'm on tight funds, you know. That's something I just don't plop down without thinking about it. Well, my husband does, so he wouldn't let me put it back. Literally, I put it back, he grabbed it. I got the you mean evil look of don't you dare grab it out of my hand, and bought it for me. I'm super, super happy he did, and he does those type of things for me all the time. And I'm so grateful for his support. And everybody else probably thinking, oh my God, that's like mean and doing it. No, it's support, let me tell you. I would be in a much darker place without him. So, Bella Grace, what I do is I gotta say, I love right off there, the paper it's paper. It's not shiny magazine-y, it's nice paper. I love the little, it's simply a piece of art on its own. I got out, I haven't even really, I just barely touched this Bella Grace. But I wanted to show you, for me, one item in a thing is hard to judge by. Two is kind of two, depending on the item. But for magazines, you can kind of get a gist of how their magazines are. So I thought I'd do a flip through with you guys. I found, I read, what I do is I read to help me. And I'm going to pause right now. I can hear several of you guys really astounded that I deal with that kind of mentalness. Because I can just hear you guys be a little probably floored that I deal with all that because of everything that I do. It's something, I don't even know when it started, or you know, but it's something I deal with daily, and a lot of times I look at it, this is how it's explained for me to, when they pop in my head, I try to swipe them like a screen, swipe them out of my brain. A lot of times that works, but then when when your defenses are down with your depression or your anxieties or panic attacks, of course, those voices lead into those. Oh my God, do they? It's rough. So anything to help keep all that checked, I'm good for. Hence this. What I do is I read a little bit every morning when I get up, and it's not necessarily the first thing I do when I wake up, guys. I'll be honest. I'll get up, go to the bathroom, we do our normal little thing with Bentley getting going, and I lay down on the couch 99% of the time. My body needs time to wake up. I sometimes might catnap a little bit because maybe I didn't get to sleep but an hour that night, and Bentley stays up late and gets up early, so I need a few more Z's, but yet still watching him. So, but it's one of the first things I do to get my day going. I will literally just pick something and read 2 pages. Like I'd read that one day. And then or read, if it's got a little article, read that section, and the next time do this. I have not done, I'm going to be honest with you, I have not done any of their prompts. It's more of a finding the magic in you, and, more journal-y type. I haven't been comfortable yet to be able to tackle that. But I plan to, now that I know I'm going to continue with these. I for sure will be doing them. But not in the books themselves, I don't think. I actually thinking about, I don't know, these are so beautiful, so fun. I thought about using them. We'll talk about that later. Let's talk about what's in them. They're just pretty, aren't they? This is autumn is possibly the most romanticized of all seasons. The visuals are so strong and so cozy. It's a season that means something different for everybody. What is autumn to you? Autumn is, just some fun, just getting to maybe know and remember yourself. It's easy to lose yourself. I constantly dealing with that, especially now going through on top of everything I deal with mentally and all that, with my depression and anxiety, now, last couple years, really the last two, I got early menopause because I had a hysterectomy early, and just, anyways, been dealing with really bad menopause symptoms. Unfortunately, my mother's not one in our line of women to have easy menopause. There are women out there that literally only thing that happens is they quit their period, they have a few hot flashes, and they're over it. Some women have just, skin issues. There are various ones. Well, guess what my line is, guys? My female body line, we have every symptom there is, and they're the most extreme cases. And we have a few new ones to add to it. It just happens that way. And I will say, my family, females, we're fertile, very fertile. I have 4 kids. Well, 5 now. 5 kids, but very easy. Birth control pills does not necessarily work on me. Well, very, very fertile, I'll just say. So, there's always a downside to every part, guys. There always is. Always, always, always. At least that's what I grew up on. I wish I could look at something and just see the happy, positive. Oh, I wish I could. I wish I could just do that. And that's what I'm working on, changing and hopefully working on more, seeing the positive in everything instead of going through the list of what's going to happen or could happen and yeah, that's it. So, Lavender Lullabies. They have lots of just some cool things like what makes you happy. What is this one about? There are moments in my life when it feels like giant. Life is a dance of dark and light, dark and dim. These are things that bring me tremendous joys, and it's like pouring syrup over hot from the oven. Dutch baby watching my family savor their first bite. It's the little magical moments in life. White bowls and plates are seriously sex to me. Don't judge me. We all have our thing. They're cute little snippets, and it makes me happy, and it really is helping me. And it's just pretty. I love the feel. I still want to use it for something now because I don't want to just sit on my shelf and not get used. So who knows what will happen. Most people don't see someone who reads magazines such as the New Yorker or Time or political books or big city newspapers, or that I am a news junkie. They see me as reading Good Housekeeping. I think this one was something that would make people see you differently or something, and the pictures are nice, and it works for me. And I wanted to, when I read it, but I wanted to wait to see. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Lots of cute little pictures, and I just love because you can relate to a lot of them, or maybe look back, read something that they say, go, oh yeah, I remember that. I love doing that, Let's see right here. I regard pocket knives and war movies with as much fondness as I do watercolors and pretty dresses. It's just it is. I really do like it. Here's a prompt. What a wonderful thing it is to know that none of us have to fight a single mold. We can be strong and sensitive and simple and complicated. List all the ways you are beautifully contradiction below. And you get like a couple of these where it's just quotes that get you going. I like it. And it is made, like I said, it's, I don't know, I love the paper, please don't ever change that. If anything else, don't do that. Have the courage to be disliked. It's hard to do, guys. I've always portrayed that, but still, sometimes it would bug me. Buy a cheap disco. Yeah, 15 ways to add some sparkle to an off day. I love these type of, it's just making me happy. At least helping me. And I like it. So I thought I would share it with you guys and let you know that, you know, if I can fight it, and if something like this helps me in any way on any of my aspects, I want to share it because you never know, it might help you. Pretty. And just some fun, just fun. We should all take time to create a space in our own imagine. You're creating your own portal, similar to the way Ella created a basket full of transformative items. What things can you include that will whisk you away from the ordinary and into the magical? I love that. It's so pretty. So, lots of quotes and poems. Their little stories are really nice. And they're not stories, you know, well. The reason why I don't like saying stories to me are made up things. It's not, you know, that's what pops in my head when I hear stories, because, you know, I'm a reader. It takes me everywhere. So it's like their biography type of thing, and it's just really neat. Oh, what is that? What is that? I don't even remember. And it doesn't have anything about it. So, okay, so they'd ask you list, and they made a list for you. Yeah, that's what that is. Magic Mega. Cute little items to do for, yeah, I just really like it. And I can't really talk because blah, 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 you know? But you guys can see and kind of get where. Like here's just an example. Broken but beautiful. With time, our favorite teapots and cups will become chipped or cracked. There's no need to throw them away. Celebrate their timeless and perfect beauty by filling them with the beautiful original flowers. If you're interested in finding more easy ways to add beauty for the, you know, they give you places to go. But it's not so much as, you know, I've reused some repurposed things. It's not like that. It's just having flowers. I have been doing that too. Since I've been seeing more of it, I've been getting flowers here and there, like when they get on clearance really, really cheap. The hubby will bring me, like, you know, a $3 bouquet from Aldi's or something, which I love, and it helps, especially in the winter, guys. This is a super cute story about women getting together on canning, and just, it's fancy. I loved it. It brought smiles to my face. And it helped me remember and remind me of my mother. And we still do. We get together and we can. So it brought those memories on, too. So, yeah. The poem. And here's just a bunch of different kind of diary-ish type of questions, the only way, you know what I mean? Makes you think type of, what do you unequivocally believe in? Have you ever found your best self yet? If yes, what is she like? If not, how will you know? Do you believe that there is really no one else like you? You know, it's the neat little thing, questions make you think. Anymore with my memory and me just seem to forgetting everything and anything. It's just, you know, just trying to work that brain a little more and remembering. The brain's a muscle. If you use it, you know, if you don't, you lose it. It's how kind of I feel. So I'm trying to make sure I'm using it. I love this. I will trade so that I can. That's a fun one. Love the idea of it, but sitting here trying to come up with something right now would be almost impossible for me. And oh my god, it would bring on such a panic attack. 48 books that have carried us through hard times. I enjoy this course. I'm a big book lover. Blah, 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 blah. A big book lover. I will get there. And I found some that I actually looked up and read more about, seeing if it was something I would be interested in. I'm gonna be honest. Most of them were like, what? And no way. But there are a few that I want to actually read. So I found some new books to try. That's out of my realm of supernatural and vampires and werewolves and, you know, all the yummy good things like that. I do like reading some biographies. Goldie Hawn, Cher. What else have I read? There's a couple others I just can't think of. Those two are easy to remember because they're so big, but I've read a few that were fun and interesting. Usually it's the ones that are kind of happy, quirky people, because it's usually pretty interesting. And you're laughing. And I like this. You make your own book. Bookmarks or book spines of books you want to read or books you have, or I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, my love, Autumn. And like, just really neat. I don't know. Find it. Something attracts me to it, and you know, try to make at least one person happy every day. Then in 10 years, you may have made 3,650 persons happy or brightened a small town by your contribution to the fund of general enjoyment. How about that? That really puts it in perspective for you guys. If you're somebody that really thinks that you don't matter, you know, what would what's the point of doing that? That's not going to make any difference. It really what does in the long run. 39 things we're proud to have created. This was lovely. And I have, you know, a lot of times when I hear things like, oh, tell me 20 things you made, you know, or your favorite color. When people ask me those type of things, or even books, my brain like freezes and it's like, oh, nothing pops up. Or one or two things will pop up. But this really gets you thinking, you know, oh my god, yes, I love to make this, or I love to do that. It just, you know, gets me remembering. That's such a cute idea. Just some fun little snippets and... oh. A fort for my kids, which will create a lifetime of memories. I created a serene, snuggly bed for taking a long nap at lunchtime. Took a long walk in nature and created a calmer mindset. These are the things that I wouldn't even think about, you know. Well, the tent with the kids I would have, but, you know. I create memories for my grandchildren by making a fairy tea party with wings for the girls and elf ears for the boys. I mean, you know, how cute. Awesome sauce. Mysterious and enticing beyond ordinary understanding. Love it. What I learned from Vincent van Gogh. I found that one really interesting. It was a good read to see somebody else's thoughts on it. Finva. An ache for distant places, missing places you've never been. Caring for travel. I'm not a big one a travel person. Sacred stone. Things that make me happy. Knit sweaters, cozy blankets, tea at the right temperature, beanies, dainty flowers, long hugs, natural sunlight, all kinds of good ones over there.